Well, so when I was outside today, I was cleaning up the kind of the outside, putting things away for winter, and I noticed all these beautiful fall leaves. So I picked a bunch, and I'm going to press them and dry them so they can be preserved. I'm actually going to make a video of how to press plants and flowers and leaves. Okay, it's a really nice fall day out here. I believe it's October 8th. And here's some chickadees. Got a lot of awesome colors on the leaves. Anyway, I wanted to show you today what it looks like October 8th, 2020. And I'm also going to press some leaves for Quinn. Okay, so this is my plant press. It's very old. I actually made this back in college. I had to take a couple botany classes. My degree before I decided to become an optometrist was rangeland management, which dealt with a lot of botany and plants and the outdoors. One of my classes required that I collect plants and press them, or a couple of the classes did. So we collected plants, pressed them, and then we had to have them displayed and whatnot. So anyways, this is the press I made. I just want to show you how you make it. It's pretty simple. So these are just straps that we made. You can buy these buckles at like craft stores. Straps. And just basically sew the strap on so it looks, you can cinch it down. So we'll undo those. This top board is just a piece of particle board. That I cut. And you can cut these any size you want. This looks like it's about maybe 18 inches by a foot. And then you want to get, this is about 3/4 inch thick, so you want to get strong, solid board. And then you take you want a series of cardboards. Let's see if I got some. Then you cut cardboard's the same length. You want to find just some, doesn't matter where it comes from a box. But you want cardboard that's straight and flat, cut to the same length of the boards, so that you can have, I think I have about, probably a dozen of these cardboards in there. And then you want newspaper that's approximately the same size, or at least big enough that you can sandwich a plant. Now if you look, here's a lupin. This has probably been there for 10 years because I haven't taken anything out, but basically you want newspaper that can sandwich a plant, and then you want cardboard that will sandwich the newspaper, and then the board. So kind of recap it, you have a bottom board, so two boards, same size, particle board, plywood, just has to be flat, kind of heavy. Then you'll put a piece of cardboard. Okay. So there's the flat heavy board at the bottom. And you put a piece of cardboard, and you put a newspaper, then you put a plant, and you put another newspaper, another cardboard, newspaper, plant, newspaper, cardboard, and so on. Okay, I had to bring it inside because the wind was blowing so bad. So anyway, here's my leaves I'm gonna press. Here's my press I put in half because in the middle I've got some blank spots where I can put some of the flowers. And actually what I'm doing is leaves. So I actually have here the high school class of 2020, this newspaper. I'm going to smash them in there. And some of these newspapers from 2004 and some of them are from before that. But anyway, when you press, you want to take a leaf, make sure that you don't got any wrinkles in it. You don't want to put too many on one page. You want to make sure you don't have more than one piece of newspaper. You want to set the leaves in such a way that when you mash it all down, it's not going to wrinkle them. So I'm just going to put those maple leaves like that. There, we won't get wrinkles in them. So I just picked these a half an hour ago. I think that's all I want for one page. Okay, and we will put the newspaper on top of it. Just gently smash it down, then put a cardboard on top. Just kind of let it gently smash. Okay. This newspaper is actually earlier this year. Looks like I'm gonna need about 3 papers. Get all these little pretty Swedish aspen. I mean, these are just super cool looking. I mean, so we got Swedish aspen. This is actually a choke cherry leaf. Or actually, no, not a choke cherry, a crabapple. This is an autumn maple. It's the only actually maple we have that's ever grown in our yard. This is a mountain ash tree. So I'm going to put a whole bunch of these Swedish aspens in this one here. Try to distribute it up. There's plenty of space between. You definitely don't want them overlapping. That's probably all it's going to fit on that page. So let's gently bring the newspaper over. Sometimes the stems are a little tricky. Okay. Another cardboard on. Make sure they're nice and level. Newspaper overlaps a little. Okay. This one's from June 3rd, 2004. I wonder if I know these people that got married. Alright. Crabapple. Regular aspen, quaking aspen. Whole bunch of Swedish aspen. These Swedish aspen are pretty cool, I think. There's all kinds of shades. Regular aspen. Alright, so we got plenty of gaps in there. This over. Alright. Bring that over there. Let's see, so let's put this. Let's see. Should we do this? there's some older plants in here. I'm just gonna weave them in here on the one spot. Okay, so then we put our board on. So make sure you have alternating cardboard, newspaper, plant, newspaper, cardboard. Then again, newspaper, plant, newspaper, cardboard, newspaper, plant, newspaper, cardboard, and so on. You can have it pretty thick, as thick as you want, and then you have the two heavy boards on the outside, which keeps it flat. Then we have to strap it down tight. And once we strap it down tight, we'll need to rotate it around and tighten it every couple of days, because it doesn't press completely until they've dried out a little bit more, but you want to slowly add pressure as they dry out, and then that makes the flower or the plant look really cool when it's all done and dried out. Okay. Got my plants in here now. Brought it back outside. I can strap it. So now you want it to look pretty neat. You want your newspapers overlapping, and you want your cardboard. See, the corrugations are like little air canals, and so that allows air to flow through and around the plants, and that's what pulls the moisture away. So you want it tight enough that they're snug and they're compressing, but you don't want it so tight it crushes the cardboard. So first, I don't get it super tight. I just cinch it down snug without a lot of pressure, and I'll leave that there for a couple days, and then I'll come out and probably tighten a little bit more, and it's as the moisture leaves the plants, they actually thin out a little bit more, so you can keep a little more pressure and you tighten them a little tighter. And that's important. If you don't keep it tight, they'll just get moldy. So you keep the pressure on it. Keep it where the air can flow through. So I'm going to leave it outside. I'm just going to put it where it won't get wet. I'll just put it back kind of in the deck area. And then we'll check in a couple days, and then hopefully it'll turn out really good. Okay, so now it's about 3 weeks later that I set the leaves in this press. So let's open it up. And see what they look like. So I can't remember exactly where they're at. Let's see. There. Okay, I found them. Alright. So these look really good. Well, they've been here, like I said, about 3 weeks. Flat and they're dry. That's an aspen. Looks very nice. And that is I believe that's the choke cherry. Or no, crabapple. Crabapple. And then this is a Swedish aspen, but they're dry. They're not brittle. They're flat. So that looks really good. Here's another one. So this is an ash tree. So again, it's flat, it's dry. You can see the colors, you can see the veins. Looks really nice. It's small maple leaf. And these will actually last for years, preserved like this. You can put them, anything, decorations. So my son uses epoxy to make jewelry and things. You can actually put pieces of that into jewelry. So that looks great. I like that. That's a maple, Hot Lips maple tree, but I like to have still red and green, but that looks really nice. I believe I only had 3, if I remember right. Okay. Well, so I'm actually just going to buckle it back up into the press for now until we decide to use them. And also I should mention that I kind of tightened it a little bit periodically. I kind of turned it around periodically too, so that wind would blow. Kept it outside for the most part until it got really cold, and then I brought it in the house, and then I stuck it next to a vent so that the vent would continue to dry. But anyway, let's put this back together. And that's how you make a plant press. I'm going to buckle it back up so we'll have them all in there for when it's time.